What's up guys, today we're going to be discussing Hotori and whether or not you should pull for her on release. We're going to be talking about her kit, her team comps, and we're going to take a look at some of her drip. Hotori is releasing on May 14th, so you still have about a week to save, but you should also consider whether or not you're going to be wanting or needing to pull for Nanali. Now Hotori is going to be a DPS, but she's primarily going to be a sub DPS where she does a lot of burst damage within a window using her ultimate. She's an S rank Cosmos character who uses solid arcs. Hotori's got your typical 5 attack basic attack combo where she deals 5 attacks dealing Cosmo damage, and she also has an attack where you hold down on her basic attack and she does a dash attack dealing 4 instances of Cosmo damage. Her skill and ultimate use a resource bar of their own. They don't have your typical cooldown and everything. This is not a guide, so we're not going to be getting into all the details of that. We'll do that closer to release. But her skill deals Cosmo damage in an area and it records your next 3 ally skills that are used within the next 5 seconds. These skills that are recorded are then activated when you use your ultimate, which is when you have your big burst window. Her ultimate does a big chunk of damage and it changes you to a katana form where you then deal a lot of damage in that form. And it replays all those skills that you recorded during that time, which is pretty cool. And it further adds to her burst damage potential. Now, when you use her ultimate, it is going to freeze time, which is where we've seen all those cool aura farming clips. But a big part of that is her blossom enhancement passive, which allows the Lobenstams to attack during that time freeze, further increasing the damage that you're able to deal during that time. And her second passive just gives a big damage boost to her ultimate. The best arc for Hotori is of course going to be her premium, which is Marching Beyond Time. It is built around maximizing her damage in her ultimate and getting a lot of damage off during her ultimate. But if you are not pulling for her weapon banner, you can use Fluff of Fearlessness. This is an option if you pay for the battle pass. Fluff of Fearlessness is the one that you could select at level 30 of the battle pass, and if you're a low spender who purchases the battle pass, you'll be able to slowly level this up, get additional copies of it on future battle passes. And then a more free-to-play option is the A rank arc, the Forgotten, which gives her a pretty good attack boost when her HP is above 50%. It is not as good as the listed arcs above though. Fluff of Fearlessness is probably the option I'm going to be going with. I don't know if I'm going to be pulling on her weapon banner. I think it's a pretty good option. It gives her a pretty large attack increase after her ultimate and just like makes you do big damage during that ult burst window. But then I do think Day Off, the Eclipse arc, is another good free-to-play option. You can acquire this by doing the hidden quest. I have a video for that on my channel. It's kind of Esper Zero's like best in slot in my opinion, but it gives you a pretty good attack increase and it helps you generate a lot of ultimate energy so you could get more of those ultimates off. Taking a quick look at Hotori's drip, her glider that you're able to unlock from the gacha banner looks really cool. It's an umbrella. Her character skin is unlocked at 200 pulls on the banner. It is the one that is shown, that's the 10 bond level skin. But this one here is the 200 pull skin. It looks alright. I think it looks pretty good. Do I think it's worth pulling 200 times for? Not for me personally. Yeah, I may be more likely to purchase it with Fawns or even premium currency, but I'm not going to pull 200 times for it. I think it looks decent though. But we of course have to discuss Hotori's teams because I don't have Hotori. I'm going to be using Esper Zero as the fill-in for Hotori. So as a sub DPS, we would have Hotori. As a main DPS, if you've pulled for Nanali, we're going to go over the Nanali team, which would be Nanali as the main on-field DPS when we're not in Hotori's burst window. And then we would want G1, which I don't have yet. I'm going to be unlocking her. I have both of my selectors waiting for me to hit somebody on the standard banner. But in G1's place, we'll have Mint fill in, because I haven't pulled for G1 yet. But just pretend like Mint is a lady with a big hat. And then for the third slot, you could fill in with like a support. Personally, I might pop in Sakiri or Haniel, or we could even look at using Edgar or Adler for some more survival. This is kind of going to depend on whether or not you're building a second team already. That'll kind of determine that along with your roster, who you could sub in and out for this third support slot. But using this team, you're going to be getting off a lot of the Blossom combos And putting in somebody like Edgar over Adler or even Sakiri is going to allow you to get off more of those Blossom procs. Then we do have another team option, which is going to be the Charge team. This is going to feature Hotori. Nyph is filling in for Hotori. And then we could use a character like Skia, who is our Lakshana character, or if you have them unlocked Haether, I would probably use Haether over this Wolf dude. And then we could pop in Mint as our G1 fill-in unit. This could be G1. And then Edgar is another option for survivability, so you could have another unit to help get charge off. I probably won't be running either of these two teams. I'm probably going to go for a little bit more of a premium team, which mixes things up. I would be going Hotori, Nonali, G1, and then we'll pretend like Skia's Haether. And then this is going to be my core like G1 Nonali team. And then I'll work on building a second team for the Abyss. But yeah, this is my scuffed layout where 3 of my characters are filling in for the main characters. But yeah, this is going to be my team. It's going to be Hotori, Nonali, G1, and Haether. Super scuffed, but that's going to be like my Charge Blossom team with characters that I don't actually have yet. I'm saving my pool because I want to hit Haether or Daffodil or G1 before I use my selector on the other two, because I intend on using Daffodil in my future Lacrimosa team. We could do a planning video for how I'm going to be building out that team, but for now, this is what I'm looking at for my Haether team. Replace these with the proper units, and yeah, we're cooking. But yeah, Hotori is shaping up to be a really cool burst sub DPS that I am super curious to see how she performs. With her copying abilities and getting them off during her ultimate window, it sounds pretty straightforward, but I'm curious how difficult it's going to be. I think it's going to have a pretty decent skill ceiling, but be really satisfying once you get it down, swapping in all the characters, using their skills in that window, copying their skills, getting your ultimate off. I need to take a breath after that. I feel like Eminem. But yeah, let me know what you're thinking. Are you going to be pulling for Hotori, or are you saving your pools for 1.1? Let me know down in the comments below what your plans are, and like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for future Neverness to Everness content. I buzzed my head at 1,000 subs, and I intend on getting a Lacrimosa tattoo at 10,000. That'll be really fun. I will see you guys in my next video. Peace.